The tri-state governors say this is the prudent thing to do as they reopen their states, but they are setting controversial restrictions on travelers coming here from states that have recently seen alarming increases in coronavirus cases. Fly here if you're willing to be quarantined for 14 days. That's the edict being delivered by the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Even if you travel to one of those impacted states, there are consequences when you return.
This is not a ban. You can come back, but you have to be quarantined.
The governors have declared that you can expect to be quarantined if you come here from Alabama, Arkansas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Washington, Utah, and Texas, where infection rates have recently skyrocketed.
If you're from a place where infections are running rampant, it makes sense to quarantine.
It's time for personal responsibility. If you've been in a state that has a high infection rate, do the right thing.
Critics of the plan argue that if people don't voluntarily self-quarantine, the governor's mandate is not enforceable. Governor Cuomo disagrees.
If you are violating the quarantine, you can be subject to a judicial order and mandatory quarantine. You could have to pay the costs of quarantine. There are also fines that can go along with violating the quarantine.
Fines could range from $2,000 to $10,000.
We may be sick and tired of staying home, but the virus is not tired of making us sick.
The governor's action comes as health officials warn that the coronavirus is not under control.
We're now seeing a disturbing surge of infections.
New weekly cases are on the rise in at least 26 states, including California, recording 5,000 new cases. With the summer weather, officials are fearful the next few weeks could be critical.
People are going out. They're going on vacation. They're meeting friends and going to restaurants and bars. They need to remember that it's still important to wash your hands, wear your masks, and isolate socially. Otherwise, this boom in cases is going to turn into an explosion.
The health officials continue to tell us the more we wear those masks, the safer we will be. As for those quarantine restrictions, the governors from the tri-state area tell us they will monitor those infectious states on a daily basis and adjust their restrictions accordingly. Reporting from home, I'm Marvin Scott, Pix 11 News.